So, I guess, welcome to the first episode, chapter of The Calming of Halingh, which is how you say it. It's canon, yeah. I'm Spite. You can call me Dan, douchebag, DM, bullshit, whatever you like. But I'll be leading you guys through these perilous adventures. Let's go around the table and we'll have a quick introduction, just who you are, why you're here, and what character you're playing. You don't have to worry about your character's backstory, that stuff will all come out. Just a bit of, I'm Billy Goat Gruff and I sit under the bridge, etc, etc. So let's start with Gojira as character name, and also player name.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, hey, so, like, so not, like, character backstory or anything, but just who I am?
Yeah, just, you like to play D&D, and you're here with these guys trying to play D&D. This is...
Yeah, basically, exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
I saw this on the Something Awful forums.
Sweet. So you're another dirty goon. Oh, yeah. It's okay, I can say that because I am too. Alright, what about you, Kinnick? Or Wol?
Hi, I'm Wol, aka Paige. And yeah, also I am very goonly. Just here playing some fun games.
Yeah, we have a good number of goons in this game, it's great. Alright. And Karen or Nilesh?
Okay, I'm back.
Good timing!
Yeah.
That's you, that's your introduction. Thanks, Nilesh. Nilesh is also a goon, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alright, and Divyath or Larry?
Howdy. I'm, playing D&D. I found this through Facebook, actually.
Nice. You're a Kiwi. Yeah.
Yep.
It's almost okay. And Nazreem or Prof Badger?
Yeah, I got bad news for you. I'm a goon, so that we've got one non-goon in the entire game. And yeah, I found this through the SA forums and was like, yeah, I haven't played D&D in 4th edition in a while, so...
Jumped on it. Awesome. Oh, good. And we are missing, I believe, one semi-regular person and one supposed to be regular person.
Yeah.
Should be Rahul or Dimitri, which is Dave, who plays all of the games. And that's a semi-regular person. And the other one is Ein, who's not currently here. I think he had a New Year's celebration of some description.
Yeah, Lunar New Year.
That's the one.
Eve.
Yeah, so he'll be around, but he's a lovely guy too. He's not a goon.
What is going on?
I don't know.
What is going on in the background? Gotcha.
Oh, I do have to apologize. My laptop fan screams a little, so I try to avoid doing too
I
much
was like,
with it.
are you near some elephants or some
Like
shit?
an actual animal. Fantastic. Okay, so yeah, this is the Calming of Halingh. It's a bit of a homebrew adventure that everyone's having some input into. So I can't take credit, nor will I try to. And I don't have any delusions of you guys going to stick to any story that I could come up with. So we're just going to make this one together. So what I've tried to do is give you guys a bit of an interesting playground with which to play in. Some world events that are going on that you guys can choose to interact with and or influence as you like. And that's primarily a series of peace talks. Basically, Halingh's United Nations, or the formation of. It's where this story is pretty much going to pick up on. There's 12 known nations, or 12 accepted nations of Halingh. There's a couple that aren't nations, but more large groups with some sort of some sway of their own, whether it be political or military, as well as a nation that was once thought extinct, which one of our players is going to be playing with. I think it's Dimitri's one. a long dead nation. Or not so long dead, but thought long dead. So an invite was sent to each of these nations some months ago. And this invite has basically trying to get everyone to come together, form an alliance, stop the wars, stop the stop all the terrible bloodshed and the annoying raids into one another's lands, and see if we can get something positive going on. Of course, nothing ever works out like that, but we're going to be picking up as all of the delegates, of which each of you are from a different nation. You're each the representative sent to these talks, whether alone or with a small contingent or a group. Each of you have been sent to these talks in the nation of Soenseen. And this nation is considered impartial because their primary export is that of political and military consultants to almost every nation in Halingh. So they are the least biased, or the most biased. They're the least biased nation, and will be holding these talks given the expectation of safety, that no nation would attack people that are so closely tied to their own leadership. And that's what we're going to be picking up. So everyone's ready. I have got the beginnings. Blurpy blurp, day one. Okay, so in the lands belonging to Soenseen, each of you arrive at your destination after, whether it be days, weeks, or even months of travelling. The township you arrive in has been assembled to host these talks of peace and alliance, and the construction of the buildings is unlike anything any of you have ever seen before, unless of course you've travelled to Soenseen. The rocks and trees that form these buildings are not held together by any glue, cement or nail, but the raw earth's materials that are held together by a shimmering invisible source, seemingly held in place by the hands of some unseen force. As you're walking up, each of you, at whatever time you arrive, whatever order you arrive in, you come to hear someone talking, describing these buildings, in fact, and you catch a small snippet of what's being said. You sort of come partway through the conversation and you hear, each one of which has a dedicated duo of scions holding it in place, allowing the materials to return to the land once these talks are ended. You each hear this voice as Veve, the designated host of these peace talks, and he's giving the same introductory speech to each group that enters the town. He continues, "Welcome to Jane Star, the jewel of Soenseen for the next week. I am glad your travels have been safe and brought you here without delay. Your delegation shall be accompanied to your assigned side-in. Once all expected delegates have arrived, we will welcome as a whole in the gathering hall. This will mark the beginning of a mutual bonding of our respective nations. And tomorrow, the talks shall commence in earnest." After each of you were welcomed and showed to your own establishments, each one of which is hovering about a foot off the ground and vibrating ever so faintly with the psionic energy holding them in place, you've each seen Veve then retiring to his own quarters near the entrance to the town, only seen again as each new delegate arrives and he repeats his welcoming message to every new group. The first day and night of arrival see each of you arrive in Jane Star, and also some of the other expected nations, such as Raktar, actually I've got the whole list here, Raktar, Cadassus, the Salamat, and please correct me if I get any of your pronunciations wrong, Hykenfid, House of the Sun, Eden, and the Silver Houses. Surprisingly, even Rathov, a nation thought once dead, has a rather loud-spoken delegate arrived, though later, and he too has found a side-in to be made welcome in. And in the hours leading up to the dinner, each of you and your entourage have a chance to meet and greet with each of the other nations in this so-called peace village. There's a semicircular area with each nation's side-in arrayed around the edge, forming a jewel shape almost. Among the strange sights and cultures, you see Raktar's delegate walking along with a group of strange men, or men is a strong word, machines, walking in lockstep with them. No doubt a selection of Raktar's finest machinery is put on display. Amongst the machines you spot two gnomes, strangely here representing Raktar instead of their homeland of Regengort, and it's actually then that you notice Regengort has not sent a delegate. But these gnomes are here nonetheless. This is the Raktar's delegate and his accompanying gnomes. So you see, those of you who haven't seen Fantasy Grounds in action before, you should have some pictures popping up on your screen. This can be moved and zoomed and whatnot.
It's the most hardcore gnome.
The delegate, whose name is Aralav Salangun, which you should actually see on the image there, and his 2 escorts. Their names are there as well. Tugsy Fortnapple and Plimp Blumpkin. It is after a short while, you guys perhaps meeting and greeting, which I'll let you have a chance to introduce yourselves to each other, and some. This is your chance to show a little bit about your nation. But it is noted that one of the most expected delegates, the Dow, are not here. But yeah, you guys have a couple of hours before the dinner with which to meet and greet, so you guys can have a little talk around, a little introduction, perhaps in character or just a description of your nation and what, if any, difference your nation might have compared to the others that are here. So yeah, we'll start from the left again. We'll go with Gojira. So hear a little bit about where Gojira hails from.
So I am Tetsuya Gojira. I am the son of the ruler of the House of the Sun, and I have been sent here as part of our delegation. We're a...
Sorry, keep going.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, and I seem a little nervous because I don't think I should be here at all.
So you the representative or just a member of the team following the
I am the representative. My I have a entourage with me, just a couple courtiers and things like that, but they don't talk much.
Okay, cool. Just making sure that you are the rep.
Oh yes, absolutely. I am the primary representative as a member of the ruling family, and blah blah blah.
All right, fantastic. And you're a half orc. Is your nation primarily orcs or half orcs?
Our nation is almost entirely half orc. Just by rule, it's just how it happened.
Yeah, rule-based
thousands of years ago.
Awesome. Okay, very good. All right, we'll move on to Kennick.
All right, hi, I'm Kennick. Here representing, the South. Although, if you want to get into specifics. And hang on while I scroll around, because I guarantee you I don't remember any of this shit whatsoever.
No, that's fine. Take your time.
Oh dear. I don't think I put my... Yeah, I definitely did not put my character information into the document. Only the general nation information. Anyway, so I assure you, however, that the tribe from which I hail is prestigious indeed. Although I'm now now that I'm here and now that I'm seeing everybody else, I'm a little bit like, oh shit, we were supposed to bring goons with us? I could have had goons here? Huh.
So you've traveled alone, have you?
Yeah, I'm just here all on my lonesome. It's just me and my sword and my armor and my big smile. Happy to, kind of excited to be here. Happy to meet everyone. But yeah, sort of just now realizing that I could have brought an entourage.
Oh, fair enough. Could always send word. Excuse me, sorry, I got a mouthful. You could always send word to have one whisked out straight away if you feel like it needs to be done. Awesome. So that's Kennick's story. And sorry, where did Kennick hail from? What was the name of her nation?
The name of my nation was the Salabit, which is really more of a loosely organized bunch of tribes who've banded together in a shared, I don't know, kind of shared sense of hey, we're all inhabiting more or less the same land. We're all pretty small, and we would like to be taken seriously.
Sweet. Just making sure they're not left out on any of these important talks.
Exactly. Yeah, we kind of feel like if we don't show up to these, then we might end up getting the wrong end of the stick.
Fair enough. Okay. I'll bring up my sheet as well for this. Just because I'm going to chuck some notes in there as well so I can keep track of you all. And I'll also chuck it into the chat just so we can go over that. Gojira, you came from House of the Sun, yeah?
Yes, I did.
Oh, right. My Kenix tribe is the ANZ, and I'm just gonna paste my character information into the Google Doc.
Awesome, perfect. Okay, so moving on to Karen Absalon. Or Nalish.
Yeah, just a moment.
Yep.
Got a sunflower seed in the wrong. Yeah, Karen Absalon is one of the people from the House of Absalon, the largest military force in Cadassus, which is why they were chosen as the representatives.
Ah, right, so the strongest in Cadassus, yeah? Or the leader of the strongest.
She is not the leader of the House of Absalon. She isn't even part of the main line.
Oh, alright. Sorry, my mistake.
In fact, she is a changeling.
Ooh. Interesting. And has Karen travelled alone?
No, she has a decently sized entourage from the house and a few of the main royal house.
Okay, awesome. So one of the larger groups as well. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to Divyath.
Okay, Diviath Silverblood has been sent alone from the Silver Houses. He is the Grand Apprentice to the Archmagister of the Silver Houses, who is Lord Silverblood. His Archmagister has actually disappeared. No one knows where he's gone, and he's mostly been sent forth to find him. But he's also taken up this invitation because he thought it might help, essentially.
Ah, fair enough. So is this a recent missing? Or like a recent thing that's happened, or is this...
Like in the last month.
Okay, so quite recent then. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, all sorts of reasons for coming to these talks. Fantastic. Okay, and Nazreen.
Justicar-elect Nazreem Varamis. Yes, I've been sent by the commanders of Hycanthid to essentially represent us in these talks, explicitly because we are such a new nation. Unfortunately, as we are a small nation, we can only send a single delegate. So that's pretty much where we're here. We're here to essentially remind everybody that we do exist and that to a given or lesser extent we're
relevant.
Well, yeah, basically, that's kind of part of it. It's partially that. It's also, well, that's not an in-character thing, but out of character, we're very much aware that war's not exactly an outside prospect, so we're preparing for that if need be.
Fair enough. Now, Hycanthid is the nation that's basically splitting two warring factions, isn't it? So that's...
It's not fully splitting them, but it's nestled directly between their borders and basically very, very close to both of them, so yeah.
Okay, so that somewhat explains the driving want for not having wars breaking out all across Halingh.
Well, one of them's Sidon, who are responsible for just about everything, so yeah.
Alright, fantastic. So, that covers those who are here. I'll just quickly do a one sentence for the other players who are unable to make it, but do have a nation here. We have JP Deaders, a undead revenant attorney from the nation of Rathoff, long since thought dead. But, hell, turning up and coming along to these peace talks. He turns up late, so his character can introduce himself when he would like to. We also have Sundancer from the nation of Eden, who is a pixie from there, originally from the Feywild, and yeah, has been sent with no other group, just a lone pixie coming along to these diplomatic talks. It should be noted that the lands that Sundancer comes from are not a pixie-only land. They are more of a barren, desolate region torn apart by an old arcane war. So it's not a Fey nation. So I'll make sure I don't mislead anyone. And the other nations that have not arrived or have not set representatives that do make up the major players of Halingh include the Dao, which are an expected nation, but as I mentioned before, have not shown up. Sidon, who has not sent a representative, and that is considered basically a destroyed nation, or a husk of their former selves. They were the aggressor, or the primary aggressor in the last Halingh War, and having lost that war, they are in a state of constant rebuild. But in their height, they were a formidable force. There is, also Regengort, which is the gnome nation. They haven't sent a representative, though no one is sure why. They just have not responded and have not sent any direct representative. Raktar did have some gnomes with them, but you assume that they're not there to represent Regengort. There's also Feyre, which is a very, very violent nation, well known for their blood sport, their mercenaries, and their willingness to attack anyone for any reason. Their economy is primarily built on slavery, raiding, and being mercenaries, basically, for other nations and other lands. They're not here, but they weren't heavily expected to arrive, and they are one of the primary reasons that these talks are even in place. Really responding to the ultra aggression from such a nation. There's also the Arcos fleet, which isn't a nation as such. It has no land to speak of, but it is a major military player in Halingh. It is a entirely fleet-based nation. Their only time they come onto land is either to trade, primarily with Feyre, the only people that are considered strong enough to trade with Arco's fleet. Otherwise, they're raiding as well. And Arco's fleet is named after the dragon, Arco, who leads and considers this fleet his own toys to play with Halingh as his own playground. So those are sort of the major players there. Oh, did I mention Raktar? Yeah, Raktar, the tech-heavy nation. They're very hard pushes for technological advancement. They quite like their machinery, their technology, and this makes them not hugely popular with some of the more nature-orientated nations. And yeah, that's.
So,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just kind of curious because I couldn't really tell from the picture. Is Raktar's representative is Arlev? Is he a gnome as well?
No, he's just a large man.
Okay.
Let me just double check I gave the right one. Yeah, no, he's not a gnome, sorry. And Raktar is primarily human as well. The gnomes are somewhat out of place for Raktar delegation, but gnomes are well known for their technological prowess, and it's not unheard of for them to have been seconded from Regengort, who's a nation that, at least in the last century or so, has closely guarded its technological secrets and sort of shunned advancement. preferring instead to maintain the status quo of both their own technological prowess and that of those around. So gnomes that are more willing to push the boundaries tend to have to look outside of Regan Gorge. So yeah, that's our introductions. And yeah, you guys notice that Dow's delegation is not arrived, and there's some murmurings that pass throughout the township and the ring of houses or the ring of dens, that perhaps Dow have changed their mind and are instead going to snub the talks. It's around dark, maybe 2 hours after dark, when Veve steps forth and says, despite Dow's absence, we will continue on with the welcoming meal, and we will hope to hear word from them before the talks tomorrow. So the feast is called, tables are gathered, food is brought out, various culinary delights from all over Halingh. Each of you who have come and perhaps brought food can offer it, but they've also tried to provide food and nourishment catered to each of your own homelands. So you guys can expect your own foods there, as well as delicacies from all the other nations of Halingh. And as the merriment pushes on for a couple of hours, there's eating, there's drinking, there's socializing, and then Veve begins to stand, taps a large pewter mug, and and coughs because he can't breathe, and steps forth and sort of hushes all of the gathered people. And as he opens his mouth to speak, there is a commotion from outside the town's borders. Some yelling, and then a bell ringing from the main gate. Veve looks around and excuses himself and begins to walk to this commotion. If you guys want to go see what it is, or you just want to wait for Veve to come back?
Oh, I'm definitely going and seeing what it is.
Yeah, WF will investigate.
Alright.
I'll join them.
Okay. And
No reason not to scout.
yeah, exactly. After everyone else is still making their way behind, and the other gathered nations also, they're more curious people, head over to the gate. And as you get there, you can see that there is a bloodied and beaten man leaning up against one of the guards that's standing at the gate, hurriedly speaking, almost impossible to keep up with what he's saying, but you manage to catch. Attacked! Sidon! Killed everyone! Please! And then he collapses and falls unconscious. Veve steps forth to the gate and asks the guard to repeat, what is the meaning of this? What is going on? Who is this man? And it's at this point the guard relays the story as best as he could from what this man was telling him. That apparently the delegation from Dow was attacked by soldiers bearing Sidon's markings. They were attacked in Soenseen before they could arrive at the talks, not 2 or 3 hours from here. This man was the only survivor who managed to scamper away and bring word. Veve looks around, he's quiet for a moment, and he says, this doesn't make sense. Why would Sidon attack a delegate coming here? They're already a weakened nation. Surely they would understand that creating hostilities would just bring about their demise. And so at this point he sort of realizes that he's muttering to himself in front of all of the gathered groups. And he turns and says, excuse me, I'm aware you've probably all heard what happened. Perhaps we need to send someone out. We need to see what's going on. We need to see this for ourselves before we make any assumptions over what's going on. Is there anyone here that would be willing to go to where this man said the attack happened?
I volunteer.
I volunteer.
I've always thought highly of Dow, and if whatever's going on here, I'd definitely like to get to the bottom of it.
Veve nods. Fantastic. Anyone else?
This is
Yeah.
a...
Sounds
You go.
like oh sorry. Yeah. No, this definitely sounds like something up my alley. Go investigate an abandoned battlefield. Yeah, let's go.
He nods. This is most fortunate. I think that's everyone said yes, did they?
Yeah, everyone?
Yep.
Excellent.
I did.
Awesome.
This is most suspicious.
Highly, highly irregular. It is not unknown for Sidon to attack traveling groups, but in their own lands, and certainly not something important like this. We should definitely investigate. You guys notice Aralev from Raktar sort of muttering amongst his advisors, or his friends who have come with him. And he says, Raktar, we will stay here. And they all sort of nod, yes, yes, yes. We will protect this town and make sure that while the rest of you brave souls are out there searching, nothing befalls those of us here unable to defend ourselves. And all that.
Because of course you will.
He nods. We wouldn't want to have anything unfortunate happen more so than this. And he gives a little smile to each of you. Thank you all, sir, for volunteering. And with that, the Raktar group moves away. The little steam machines moving away with them. Which I actually have a picture of too. I don't know why I didn't share those, man. Maybe I don't. I don't know. Use this.
It's
Use
pretty
this.
much the ones from Dishonored 2, aren't they?
They might be. I stole art from everywhere.
I was about to
That's what
say,
we're supposed to
why
do.
exactly does Veve, a shard mind, look like something else? Oh no, these look like robots from War Machine.
Those ones might be either that or Dragon Age. No, I think they're War Machine. And then the one with the lamp is just a cool guy. It's this one. He's just a cool guy, and I like him. And he's going to provide light where there is only darkness. Also, Veve is not a shard mine. Unfortunately, there's a lot of shard mines here. Veve is not one of them. It is one
I
of the.
posted it in Discord.
Let's see. Oh, very good. They look like Star Wars robots. Yeah, Veve was originally going to be a shard mine, but I changed it for a reason.
Fair enough.
I'll update it. Don't
Okay, I
worry.
was half wondering if we were gonna have a plot where it's like, that's not Veve.
Yes, the shard mind, and then link a picture. Huh? The shard mind. Yes. Yeah, no. Sorry, I didn't update that before we started.
Look, 240 years to get really good at facial features and various other formations.
Exactly. Yeah, he's actually just squishing all the rocks together to look like a more pleasant face. You're all seeing what you want to see.
He's not a scion, he's a rogue.
Yeah, Veve died, didn't you know? Alright, so, you guys agreed to head out. Before you can leave, you do need to find out where to go, and the man who's unconscious is tended to, and in short order is woken up and returned to a state where he can at least tell you where they were attacked. With a map in hand, scrawled on a rough piece of parchment, you guys are ready to set out. Is there anything you want to do, say, or find out before you go? Talk to anyone? It's all very fast, but if there's nothing pressing, you can set right off.
Yeah, just taking a moment to think about it.
Does he have an idea of the numbers that attacked him?
Oh, that's a good question. So, he thinks, and he says there was maybe half a dozen of us. I think 7 was our number, and they easily outnumbered us. Maybe 10, no, 12. Yes, easily 12.
Sounds like a
Doable.
standard seed and raiding party.
Did they seem military or tribal?
He thinks for a moment. I'm not sure what you mean. They were all wearing uniform and were emblazoned with insignia of Sidon, but they fought with savagery unlike anything I've seen before. But I am but a mere scribe. I admit I have not seen many in combat.
Were any of them killed there? Any of the other, or were you just completely massacred?
He shakes his head. I saw none of them drop. We're not a military group. Dow barely has a military to speak of as it is. It was a massacre, as you say.
Diviath's going to look to the group and he's going to say, could we be dealing with a false flag operation?
It is quite obviously one. I've not heard of any information about these kinds of movements lately. With and her nation is one that's trying to slowly take over Sidon through
The only way-
vassalization.
Well, the only way to find out the truth is to go investigate that site.
Agreed.
If this is Sidon, then my homeland is in danger. We must discover the truth.
Yes. Let's move out.
And with that, you head out. Alright, let me just flip a page. So, the direction this man gave you is less than, as I say, 2 to 3 hours walk or jog. However, you are provided horses with which to ride on, whether some of you bought your own, some of the other nations provided you with draft horses to ride, giving you just an hour's travel before you arrive at the site of the attack. As you near the location where this was said, hang on. It's just a child. As you near the site of the apparent attack, you do discover a wrecked caravan. The area shows signs of battle recently. There are unnatural scorch marks, the signs of mages. There are scrapes and scuff marks in the ground, and there is blood dripped around the area and splashed from the clashing of blades. However, there are no bodies. There's, in fact, no sign of anyone here, living or dead.
But there's no bodies.
There is no body.
But there is blood.
Yes.
Is there any signs of dragging or?
Yes. Just with a cursory glance, you do notice that there are signs that bodies have been dragged into a central area, or from all over the caravan into one spot, and then the tracks of carts leading away onto the shale, and where the track quickly loses, easy tracking anyway. If you want to have a look for anything further, roll me a perception check. Anyone can roll this as well.
Yeah, let me go into my character real quick.
Yep.
Fuck this program.
Damn.
Maybe you should cut some eye holes in that mask.
Funnily enough, Nilesh, I believe that is actually enough anyway. Yeah, it's easy DC, level 5, fantastic. So, yeah, Karen and Diviath, you both notice that, actually, a single track in particular. You see what looks to be the marks of someone hiding under one of the wreckages of one of these caravans. All of the other bodies sort of dragged into this one spot, but then a set of scuffling, scraping footprints, heading away to a nearby crevice, just around a small rise, and out of sight of the caravan main. If you follow it, you discover in this crevice, this crevice cuts down into the rock, easily 30-40 feet into black below. As the night is quite dark and there is no light down from underneath, you cannot see where the bottom of this crevice is. Diviath, as you get close, you see what looks like a rope has been hastily tied to a small outcropping of rock and trails down through the dust and rock into the crevice and down into the dark below.
I cast light.
Allow me. I have dark vision and a weapon that casts bright light.
So the
All right.
area is lit up by the both of you, just whoosh, making everything brightly lit. The weapon or the casting of light, which is how big is that? It's like 20 squares or something, isn't it? It's 4 squares.
Well,
Awesome.
light's much bigger than mine. Mine's only 4 squares.
That's all right. With the both of your lights, you can see that the rocks do go at least... the crevice goes at least 50, 60 feet into the ground. And you see not a lot, except for the slight ripple of light reflecting off of water. Could be deep, could be shallow down there, but it's at least 50, 60 feet below. You also see the rope that trails
Does
down.
the rope travel that far?
No, it stops about halfway and looks like it has been either cut or snapped. And if you pull it up, you can confirm that about 30 feet down, the rope stops.
Hmm.
I'm just going to test something here. Hey, I can roll groups perception checks. Okay.
At least you roll better than me.
Yeah. Do those come up? Do you guys get to see those results?
I did not.
No,
Yeah, I don't.
No,
I just assumed.
Okay. Cool. And if I do this, you do see it?
Yep.
Yep.
Very cool. Learning something new every day. Fantastic. So, ignore all those rolls. That was just me fiddling. I'm sorry. This is the real one. Aha! Nazreem and Kinnick, you both notice, or hear, I should say, a slight gust of wind from behind and the shifting of pebbles as if something is moving the rock and shale behind you. If you turn to look, there is nothing there, but for a moment you swear some of the shale moved as if knocked down a slight slope.
Hmm.
I want to head in that direction.
Okay, as you start heading in that direction. Sorry, I'm still going to get used to voices. Who is heading in that direction?
This is Gojira. Gojira is going
Okay.
to head in that direction.
All right. So as you start heading over there, Gajera, you get closer and closer to where these rocks moved, right? And as you do, something seems to take shape in front of you. So it almost starts like a gust of wind at first, and then it seems to take a more and more solid form until you realize that you're not looking at a gust of wind and dust. You're looking at a dog. This dog is formed up by dust, stones, and rocks from the ground. And you swear it's just an optical illusion until it leaps forth, snarling and roaring with a thunderous growl. And roll initiative, everyone, please, as
Dust Devil!
a dust devil appears.
Okay, sorry. So what? Last I heard, we were looking down into some crevice, and then my internet just decided not to cooperate.
Oh, sorry, I've got my Discord muted, so I didn't hear you coming in or out. Basically, they looked down into a crevice, and there was a rope which was broken, indicating that maybe someone went down there or fell down there and the rope didn't go all the way, or they've been trapped down there. Who knows? Perhaps they just threw a rock down and it was a fun time. But before any further investigation could be made, an elemental beast has attacked Gojira after making a bit of an entrance. So now we're just rolling initiative. I'm just going to throw up a map for everyone.
Sorry, so we haven't gone like into the crevice. We're still up.
Correct.
Okay.
This is
I
up the
think
top.
my dice are rigged.
Why is that?
I've rolled 2 20s in a row. Well, an 18 and a 20.
Oh wow.
I'm going to assume that this Dust Devil is like literally adjacent to me. Is that
Yeah, I'm going to chuck up a map and you'll be able to see it.
perfect? Because yeah, all right, cool. So I'm going to get a +2 attack bonus against it.
Man, I've got 12 map modules to load. This is too many maps.
Wait, did you say 12?
Yes. Too many maps. Fuck, that's huge. Too big of a map. Okay, this is very big and I apologize, but it does need to be optimized. It may lag you guys out for a moment. And I'm going to indicate that this square, this yellow square, that is where the crevice is, and the rock that the rope is tied to is next to it. The sounds that you heard and the rocks moving were coming from over there. The dust dog is right there.
All right, so part of my initiative is I have a power that allows me to shift 3 squares. So if he's there, then I'm going to shift next to him.
Sweet. Oh, sorry, you would have already been next to him, but if you've got it free anyway, it doesn't matter. Has everyone rolled an initiative? It looks like everyone has. Yes, fantastic. So as you leap forwards to meet this... Ooh, who moved a token there? I've got to put you guys on there, hang on. If you do it yourselves, you won't be linked. Sorry. I'll put you on.
Right, my bad.
No, it's fine. It's just one of the quirks. So now you can move yourselves, but you'll actually see your health totals and your combat targeting will work from there. So as this dog leaps forwards and Gojira, you meet up with it. Put you guys in a square. You do notice other small sort of tornadoes of dust and sand kicking up and forming more of these dust dogs. And you see that there is actually 4 of them. You can adjust your shift however you like. This all happened at initiative roll. So if you want to change how you are based on this new information, feel free to do so.
I like this.
Sweet. Okay, so first up, as this dog leaps forth, Diviath, you react first.
Okie doke, I've got an idea. I want to cast Call in the Bones.
Alright.
Say goodbye
But
to your
I
good rolls.
think that probably missed,
Yeah, it did.
Um,
But you do
how
target
do
everything
I-
in a burst, so you actually
Hmm.
choose a zone.
Yeah, how do I do that?
So you can either do right-clicking somewhere on the map and choosing the 11 o'clock option pointers, then choosing a square, and then you just drag to make the shape of that square however you like. Or alternatively, you can hold shift and left and right click together to make a quick square, which will only last as long as you don't do another quick shape. The first way they will stay for as long as they need to. The second way they will disappear after you make another one.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Alright. So I think it's area burst 1 within 10, isn't it? Not area burst 2?
I'm not sure. Hold
Oh shit, my
on.
bad.
It is indeed area base 1.
Okay, so you'll be able to get 2 of them. But which 2 are you going to put it on?
1 and 3.
One and 3. I don't think you'll get those two. Yeah, no, you'll only be able to get 3 and 4 or 2 and 4, but 1 is
Okay.
by himself. He's out of range of the others.
Actually, let's just drop it on top of 1.
Okay. Alright, so to target, hold control and left click the one you're targeting, either the token on the map or the token on the combat tracker, and you'll notice under your name on the combat tracker, you'll see your target's name appear. And now roll the attack again, so click the little sword, and it'll roll versus his defense. Nice. The alternative to doing that is you can just drag that sword and drop it directly onto a token. Then you don't have to worry about targeting, but it's good to know both ways. So multi-targets as well, you'll want to do control clicking. Otherwise you have to roll it 10 times. But yeah, so you hit him, and now roll damage. Okay, very nice.
And any enemy entering the area that I targeted is going to take 5 damage.
Oh, very nice. And you're having it right there on him, weren't you?
Yep.
And they take a minus penalty to attack rolls while in the zone, so that's going to include him. So there's a little effect icon. If you drag that onto Dust Dog 1, it'll apply the attack minus as well.
Hold on, I don't have that. There we go.
There we go, perfect. Awesome. Okay, next up is Nazreen.
Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Okay. So as my first action, I will... hang on. Got the wrong thing. Designate Dust Dog 1 as my Divine Challenge.
Alright.
I will also curse him as a Warlock. And then I shall use Hellish Rebuke to attack him.
Doesn't Hellish Rebuke require you have been hit by him previously?
No!
Ah, what edition is that? Oh no, that's right. If he hits you, you do another smash.
If he
That's
hits me,
right.
I do extra damage.
Very nice.
So I have hit him. I now do Hellish Rebuke damage. And yeah, I'll do Warlock's Curse damage now. So that's the end of my turn, because that's standard move minor.
Yeah,
Well,
perfect.
standard and 2 minors.
Excellent. Okay, so on the combat tracker, there's a little downwards arrow right next to the timer that I'm now just starting. I don't know why. But the little downwards arrow, just click that, and it'll skip to the next person's turn.
Okay.
Okay, so what I am going to do is I am going to shift 1 to here, and then that's my move.
Yeah.
Then for my I'm going to go ahead and do my Battle Fury stance, which is a minor action.
Okay.
So I apply that to myself. And I am going to charge number 3. I do not provoke opportunity attacks because I have the badge of the Berserker. And I am going to attack him with Bolt Charge.
All right. Excellent.
Okay, so attack. I guess it didn't do anything, did it? Didn't look like it.
No, the sword
Nope.
the first sword you should drop on him or just left click.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
targeted. Oh, you did just target Dust Dog. So now try it.
Yeah, let me try it now.
Bugger, missed. Though, did you add the +1 for charging? Looks like you got a +2
Oh
there.
shoot! Yeah, I forgot to add the +1 to the charge.
So that's all right.
So-
I'm gonna show you a little trick that's gonna be very important. Rather than re-rolling with a +1, chuck in a 1 in the modifier box under your chat window, and then you can drag that 19 from the chat onto the dog again, and it'll apply the modifier and apply the effect again to see if it hits. Apply the attack again to see if it hits.
Wait. Okay, so oh,
So-
wait, crap. Okay, that did not work. Sorry. So in the little modifier box, right?
Yep.
+1.
And then just
Okay,
drag that
and then-
19, so the attack roll you just made, drag that from the chat onto the dog.
Oh, I see. Let me try that again. Wait. I don't think that did it. Let me try one more time. So I've got the +1 to
Yep.
attack, although it's all messed up right now because now it says anyway. And then I drag the attack onto Dust Dog 3, and it does nothing.
19 in the chat that you originally attacked with.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
So
Oh, well,
I've just done it there. I'm not sure what was going wrong, but that's all right. We can come back to it another time. So that will hit with their +1,
Cool. Perfect.
and now you get to roll damage.
All right. So do I just drag it onto him too?
Yeah, so you can either drag it on or just left click it because you've got him targeted. Nice.
Okay. And let's see. Just to make sure. Oh, right. Okay. So now I have a follow-up attack.
Okay. Oh, I see what you've done. You were dragging the attack into the modifier box because they've got.
Oh,
a plus-
I see. Oh, okay. Yeah. That threw. Yeah. But anyway, this looks good.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
In
losing.
fact, I need to check an ability real quick. Where is? Okay, so that technically counted as a critical because that's part of my. I get to go, like, because of my Iajatsu power, which allowed me to shift during my initiative. Because my initiative is higher than all of the monsters, I can crit on an 18 through 20.
Nice.
But
So-
then again, this attack doesn't deal any damage.
Okay.
So
So that's all right. So yeah, you're just. I think it's just the knock prone, right?
yeah,
If you
yeah,
do
so it's just a
roll,
knock prone.
and that's the case, to force a critical damage roll.
Shift, right?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, so
Sweet.
now he is prone, and then he is marked.
All right. Fantastic.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Next up is Karen Absalon.
What bonus does charge give again?
A +1 to attack.
Okay, so I'm gonna charge Dust Dog 1.
Okay.
And because Conic Sneak, I have combat advantage. So I'm just gonna use this because I forgot to add a combat advantage button.
All right.
So I'm just using
Oh,
Changeling Trick.
Yep. Perfect. That'll do it. That's a hit. Oh, you bloodied him. Damn it, he didn't even get up to use his encounter that recharges. You are the worst. Okay. Is that your turn? That's just a standard, right? So you still got to move in a minor?
Well, I used the move on the charge.
No, the charge is a standard
No,
action.
standard.
No. Oh wait, yeah.
No, but if you charge, your turn immediately ends
Oh,
after
yes.
the charge.
Yep, no, you're right.
All
Unless you
right,
actually
yeah.
Good call. Okay, so Dust Dog 1, terribly fucked, almost dead, is going to let out a horrendous roar, and this roar is going to shake the sand and the rocks around and attempt to... Actually, he's going to shift before he does that. He's going to shift right there, and he's just going to blast with full energy everything he can at you two.
So, not at me?
At you two here, it is a close burst. A close blast, sorry.
Alright. He's taking 4 damage, by the way.
Oh, yes, he moved. Is it moves into the zone? Or starts their turn there?
That's not my effect, that's someone else's effect. That's, good. No.
Yeah, it's any creature that enters the zone takes 5 damage.
Okay, so he was already in the
Also-
zone, so he does not take 5 damage.
Also, didn't he move?
Yeah, but he's
He
still within the
shifted,
zone.
Ah,
Okay.
but he is marked by me, so he also takes -2 to this attack, and he takes 4 damage immediately.
And he's got -2 from my effect as well.
Is the damage from him dishonoring your mark interruption or a reaction?
It's neither because I'm a paladin.
Okay, sweet. So he will get this off,
It
and then he will
Just
die.
happens.
Yeah, he will die as soon as this goes.
rep.
Rip this guy. Okay.
Sleep tight, Papa.
So he misses Gojira. God damn it. On an 18? What? What? What is your defenses?
What did he go against? Oh, Fortitude? Yeah, I've got a 21 in that.
What?
Okay.
Oh, man. That mark and that -2. God damn.
God damn it, why couldn't he have gone reflex? Or AC?
Alright, so Karen still got hit. Karen takes 18 points of damage. And the dust and rocks that blast outwards have grabbed you. You are grabbed. The dust dog now dies. And so you are no longer grabbed.
Lovely.
Alright. It is now Dust Dog 2's turn, and he's going to, rather than breathe out this blast of sand and energy that the other one did, he's just going to use his claws in a double attack. It's a hit and a miss. The first hit deals 12 damage, or rather, the hit deals 12 damage, and that is going to be his turn.
Does he
Oh,
not
shit,
have to
sorry.
move to engage?
Yep, no, I got them confused. I'll swap Dog 3 and Dog 2's action. So that was Dog 3's turn, and Dog 2's going to have their turn. He's going to move straight through this zone, unaware that it's going to tear him apart, so he will take the damage from you. This is Dog number 2, moved into the zone. Whose zone was that?
Mine.
Sweet, so just drag the damage from there. Yeah, perfect. So it starts tearing at him, and he lets a little howl of pain, but still gallops right towards Karen, and is going to make a bite attack. Ah, so close to a 20. So close. And that's going to be his turn. And the last Dust Dog, number 4, seeing number 2 get torn up by the zone, is going to try and skirt it and come around this way to Gojira and leap forwards with 2 claws. 1 hit, dealing another 12 points of damage. Now, before Kinnick's turn, from slightly further up the hill, there is another shuffling of stone. From here, not a dog but more of a bear-shaped creature takes form and begins to head down the hill. Now, this looks like a bear, and it's the size of a bear, but it flies through the air. It is held aloft by the wind that seems to hold its stone and rock together. This weird abomination of elemental magic and psionic power screeches down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down here to Diviath, and is going to come past and try and bite you. And is going to hit.
Okay, I'm going to invoke one of my magic items as a reaction.
Okay, what does that do? And is it an interrupt or a reaction?
I think it's a reaction. Hold on.
Okay.
Using this power, when you are hit by an attack, teleport 5 squares and gain combat advantage against the attacker until the end of your next turn.
Okay, so he's just going to hit you, and then you're going to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, so his hit deals 14 points of damage, and you take an ongoing 5 thunder damage. And
Oh,
now
that's
you
not
get
nice.
to teleport away. So move yourself away. Nice. Okay, unfortunately, as this thing, you teleport away from it, it's going to use its minor action to use a screeching retreat. And it is going to explode in an cacophony of sound in a close burst 5.
How rude.
Including the dog. This sound blasts out from it, and it seems to get yanked back as if on a chain. And it is going to roll its attack.
I have an effect.
Is it an interrupt or a reaction?
It's a reaction, so don't worry.
Okay, sweet. Just checking if I need to pause on the damage rolling.
Yeah. If it's an interrupt, I'll tell you.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And those of you who are hit are dazed, including the dog. And then it is going to shift 1, 2, 3 squares. Alright, so that's the end of its action. Now you can do yours.
Well, it catches fire.
Alright, so burst into
Yeah, no, Infernal Wrath attack. This is what happens when you hit me.
So now it's stone, lightning, air, and fire.
Wait, hang on. Let me reroll that. Because I didn't target it first. My bad.
Nice. Okay, so is the ongoing damage or just Infernal Wrath? Just a blast?
No, you just take 6.
Sweet. Okay.
Wait, hang on. Did he actually hit me?
No,
No,
actually, he missed you.
Whoops. My bad. Let me take that back.
Yeah, he doesn't do any damage on a miss either. So I'll negate those wounds, don't worry. Alright. This one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to swoop down to you, and it's going to attempt to bite you as well. Dar. Yar. This one's a pirate. Kinnick. Kinnick's turn, but she is dazed.
Can you get me back into the map?
Yes. To do that, open your character sheet, and the top right, you've got a little token. Just double click it, and it'll open whatever map your token is on.
Oh, groovy. Okay, so things have changed.
I'm on 1 hit point.
Well, that's awkward.
I am squishy.
Oh my god. So that hang on a sec. So that 38 HP is your maximum?
Yep.
Oh dear. All right, well let's give me 1 sec. Let's see what I can do. Okay, so this big weird creature
Wait, why did I take so much damage?
just did a close burst 5.
Yeah. Basically, it swept down the cliff, attacked one of you, and then exploded backwards.
Jesus. Okay, that's gonna be annoying. Let me see what I can do.
You guys do get the feeling that such a thing is going to be not often occurring with these creatures.
I should hope not. Okay, so you say I am dazed, so I will use my superior will.
Oh, nice.
Kanika's she's so determined to be able to heal her friends, newfound friends, but near and dear nonetheless. Now, how do I actually roll a saving throw?
So on the front page of your character sheets, on the main tab, the sort of HP area, just under your healing surges, you'll see a saving throw. If you just double click that.
Double click, okay. Go, powers of touchpad. There we go. Oh, well, not great.
Oh, bugger.
And this is dazed save ends?
Yes.
Okay, so I will get another save at the end of my turn at least.
Yeah.
Do I heal my wizard friend, or do I fuck some shit up?
I mean, I'm taking 5 damage ongoing.
Yeah, he will die.
He's going to drop at the next turn.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, but my heals
Throw
are
some
less
dirt on it, you baby.
effective if I'm not in a rune state at the time when I do them. This is... Come on, I gotta get the maximum use out of my character.
Sure. You only get one shot, I suppose. But the alternative is he's in a rude... actually, yeah, no. You should probably mess people up then.
You do also have an action point. You guys should all have one if you did want to do something more on your turn.
Yeah, but I'm dazed.
You can take an action point when you're dazed.
Oh, okay. Alright, sorry, just taking a moment to survey the wreckage. I'm just thinking if I could even do anything particularly effective. I mean, I could do some stuff. Like, I could do some alright stuff. But that being... You know what? Fine, I'll just heal my wizard buddy.
Thank you.
Okay, just figuring out how this shit works.
So the heal button, you can either target him or just drag it directly onto his token and it'll heal.
Yay, I'm not gonna die immediately.
Okay, that's my turn. I'll roll another saving throw.
Oh, does Rune of Mending not give an extra d6 or anything on top of?
I'm pretty sure it does. It should. Oh no, but we're level 5.
Oh yeah, next level, right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so now, yep, roll a saving throw. Still dazed.
Cool.
Okay.
It's a save end days.
Yes.
I'm really glad I didn't get hit.
It is a very rude ability. Okay, so Kinnick, at the bottom of your combat tracker, there's a little downwards arrow next to the flag and the timer. If you click that, it'll move from your turn.
Hey, sorry, just trying to find all these windows.
No, that's fine. It takes some getting used to.
It's a bit different than Roll20.
Yeah, quite. Oh,
But at least it's better.
I've got it set to auto roll though, so I'll turn that off.
Yep, okay. I'm still pretty wounded, but I'm still up. Okay, I'm gonna try and save against this thunder thing, man.
Okay.
Saving throws happen at the end of your turn unless you've got an effect.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah, I just got to do them twice because I'm cool.
Yeah, Kennick's got a feat that lets him roll for days and stun effects before
Yeah,
At the
right,
start
right
of
at the
the
start of the turn. Yeah, very handy.
Okay, so what does days do to me?
So it means instead of taking your standard move and minor, you can take a standard, a move, or a minor. You can have one action this turn, and you also grant combat advantage.
It is absolutely one of the probably the worst effect that can occur at this level.
Yeah,
Pretty much any level, isn't it?
I probably should have made it
No,
days till
there's
end
stun,
of next turn.
which is worse.
Yeah, I guess, but like this is way more common.
That's true.
Like it's dangerous because it's so common.
Alright, I would like to use my phase step, which is, I think it's either a standard or a move action. I didn't put it in here.
It is
but
a move
it's-
action.
Yeah, it is.
well, move action, I mean. I think it's like 5 squares teleport.
All right.
And
Just helping
I'm
out
just,
with that.
I'm just moving the hell away from that.
Okay. All right. So, excuse me. You need to roll 2 saving throws and tell me which one you're doing first, because you have a damage ongoing and a dazed effect. So roll 1. Tell me what it is, and tell me what it is. Then roll 1, and then roll the. And I'll
Are these
release it.
both fortitude?
No. So on the front of your character sheet, there's just a generic saving throw in 4th edition. There's no specified saving throw. It's just a D20 roll higher than a 10. Just under your healing surge value, you'll see. Yeah, perfect. So which one did you want?
That'd be the
first?
thunder.
Okay. And then next one. Awesome. Both are gone. Okay, Nazreem, you're up.
Alrighty.
Hold on, the coordinate bones fades after 1 turn.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is move to stand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is probably the best option. Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Then I designate this guy as my divine challenge.
All right. This is the Dust Brute.
The dust. Yeah, I was about to ask.
Just give me a second. Here we go. And I'm going to shoot him with Hellish Rebuke.
All right. So you haven't targeted him, but if you drag that 21 onto him, it should just roll against his defenses.
Oh, I thought I targeted him.
Yeah, it's weird. It is targeted. I'm
You're
not sure
alright
why
then?
that didn't roll.
Just fantasy
Well.
grounds being fantasy grounds.
Yeah, that's weird.
Retarget him. Alright, Hellish Rebuke.
Your modifier box, is the crosshair faded out, perchance? Underneath the chat?
Oh, I see. Okay. Well,
Because that'll do it.
he takes 7. He takes 7. He's marked by me.
How high is that cliff he's standing next to?
It is as high as it is wide, so the thicker the cliff gets, the higher it gets. So right where he
Look
is,
at me!
it's
Look at me!
1 square high. Next along, it's 2.
Ah.
Trying to draw him off. And yeah, that is the end of my turn. So on to the next guy.
Alright, Gojira.
Cool. So the first thing that I am going to do is you know,
Run
I'm just gonna go ahead
away?
and hell no, I'm gonna cleave.
I lined them all up
Away.
perfectly.
Cool. And then I get to deal that damage.
Yeah, which bloodies that dog.
Perfect. And then I am going to add the other damage against the enemy immediately next to him.
Sweet.
Because it's cleave. And let's see. That means that going to continue to be marked. Let's see. And then I'm just going to shift 1 square and end my turn.
Okay. Karen Absalom.
Debating whether I want to move to the brood or finish off the dog.
As a general rule, less enemies means less actions against us.
True. Do I still have combat advantage against it? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, hang on. By the way, I was only hit once, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. I just realized that I forgot to, because I'm a weird rune priest, I get temporary HP every time I get hit. Well, once per round, anyway. So I just have to add that to myself.
Okay, fantastic.
Somehow.
So,
Let's see.
if you haven't got it set up, just change the temp box on your main character page. Yeah, perfect. Okay, the second dust dog dies. This one unable to explode like the other one did, sadly.
Do I want an action point?
It's up to you, buddy.
I already used sneak attack though.
I don't think you need the Nova damage.
So is that your turn?
I'm just gonna charge the brute one with an action point.
I suppose you get free attacks of opportunity.
Just move there.
No charge.
Okay. Ooh.
Can you use Flare Flourish as an attack when charging?
Yeah, it should be merely basic, right?
Good point.
So that'll just be 4 damage off it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I don't even have melee basic on my sheet for some reason.
You can use the combat tab itself to roll from there using the
Okay.
and stuff. But that's cool. So I've adjusted his life. He is still bloodied, however. And it is now... Oh, sorry, I adjusted the wrong one. You did the brute, didn't you? Yeah, he is still bloodied, though. Dust Dog 3, the one that's getting hacked up by Gojira, he is going to use his weapon, his breath weapon, to explode out. So once again, another blast of force energy, rock and sand. Oh, you're lucky I didn't have you use targeting. Ugh,
Oh.
it hardly seems fair. Alright, so he misses. And he's now used it, so it's gone. Alright, that's going to be his turn. This one's going to try and do the same. Hey, I hit this time. Oh, ignore
Oh,
that.
he hits.
Yeah, and he deals that damage to Nazreem, and this grabs you as well. So you're now stuck in place by this sort of vortex of sand and dust.
Okay, he catches fire.
All right.
Well, actually, he catches fire. And then, in a weird quirk of fate, because I just used Hellish Rebuke, the brute catches fire.
Good old Hellish Rebuke feedback, eh?
What is that, like the nearest enemy on the feet?
Whoops. No, it's whoever I hit with Hellish Rebuke. If I take damage before my next turn, they take 1d6 plus con damage.
Right.
So this dog blasts you, and a bit of it just feedbacks up to the brute, who explodes.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, and this brute, this one here, is going to come down next to you, and he's going to rake you. Wait.
He's gonna what?
Rake, R-A-K-E.
Like a pile of leaves.
Yes. It does not appear to need an attack roll. You just take damage.
Wait, what? I'm okay with this.
Wow, that's fucked.
Yes.
Not the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me.
And you are blinded until the end of the next turn.
Ow, ow, ow.
And that is a standard action. And as a minor action, are you bloodied? You are bloodied. Fantastic. It's going to try and eat
Shit.
you. It's going to try and rip you apart now, tasting the blood. And it hits. And deals 13 damage with ongoing 5.
I'm okay. Mostly.
All right.
Does Hellish Rebuke only happen once per turn?
Well, the thing that it was fighting is dying.
Oh, right,
Yeah, it's
this
dead.
is another one. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It's fine.
And yeah, I think it is first time anyway. Okay, Kinnick, you get a superior will save to see if you can get going. Did we lose Kinnick again?
Yep, just making
sorry,
my
there you
computer do stuff.
Okay. Fantastic. You're no longer dazed, and you have your turn ahead of you.
All right. Holy shit, I get to do stuff. This is exciting. Okay, so... Oh god. Ah! Just trying to zoom to, like, a tolerable level. You know, I probably should just go over to my room and plug in my touchpad, but... eh.
Yeah, touchpad is for the week. Or next week. Up to you.
Alright. So I can move up to this, this other brute.
Yep.
That has yet to explode, because the one that did explode is dead, it seems to be.
Correct.
Yep.
All we have left is that, the other brute and 2 dogs?
Yes.
Okay, so... Sorry, still new to this this whole fantasy.
That's fine.
grounds.
Take
Yeah,
your
no,
time.
absolutely.
I'm still new to Fantasy Grounds, and I accidentally just left myself as blinded and for the rest of the encounter instead of just I accidentally replaced the blinded.
And I'm on 5 health, and it's my first time on Fantasy Grounds as well.
But this is just normal with Spite.
Hey, it's true.
I mean, I thought I was being smart, but apparently not. Like, I let the paladin in between me and the things, but then one of them flanked, and I was like, no.
Hey,
That's XCOM.
imagine how it would have been if you didn't do those things. Mhm.
Yeah, good point.
Damn, nice crit.
I was gonna say I don't think I've ever gotten a crit on Fancy Grounds, but
Yes,
then
you
I
have.
remembered, yeah, the disaster campaign.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I do, if I just click like the blood icon, is that going to know it's a crit?
Yes. However, make sure that you add your damage wisdom if you're using the rune of destruction first.
No, I'm doing protection.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so just click the red button and it'll spit out a critical roll, like a critical damage roll. Oh. Nope, sorry. I lied because you didn't target it. Hold shift and drag the hit onto him. For some reason it's untargeted him.
The damage?
So yeah, hold shift and then drag and drop the damage onto the target. Again.
Okay, so, sorry, the damage that I already rolled or the damage?
No, like re-roll it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There we go, that's better.
Nice. Alright, so, yeah, Kennex swings her mighty... I keep in my mind thinking hammer, but sword. At least what we did here. Because, yeah, accuracy rules, man. So yeah, Kennex swings her mighty sword, and it smashes... I mean, like, yeah, this is a thunder attack, though, regardless of what kind of weapon I'm using. So, despite being a rather thin blade, it does smash into this brute, and sends it flying kind of up over to... Can I move the brute, or do I have to tell you where I'm at?
Yeah, because it's mine, I'll need to move. You guys can move your own tokens, but I can't unlock the NPC ones.
Yeah. Cool. I just want to move it to right above the other bad guys.
Okay, how many squares does it go?
Let me see. I'm allowed to move it a total of 3 squares.
Alright. So you want to move it to, say, there? One, two,
No,
three?
like directly above, so it's touching what's his name? Gojira.
So there? Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. And let me just I think I can slide the... So I'll put the dazed onto this creature.
Okay. Giving him a taste of his own medicine, eh? Thunder damage in a day. See how it is?
Exactly. 2 can play at this game, Dust Brute. Although I think this one's
Thank
yet to use
God.
its attack, so I could just be eating a taste of its own medicine in a second here.
I hope it lives
How
long
cute.
enough to blast you, but I don't
How-
suppose it will.
Yeah, how cute. You think it's gonna survive?
It's not going to survive.
Oh yeah, I guess the order of initiative.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah. Anyhow,
That
yeah,
being
so
said,
I'm now
I
in destruction. Or sorry, I'm now in protection, which means if you stand next to me, you get resist 2.
Ah,
That's
2
useful.
damage. So-
I have
haven't
11
used
hit
it.
points.
now you have effectively 13.
Excellent.
Great.
Well, no, it's not effectively 13. It's effectively some number depending on how many attacks come my way.
It's true.
Well, I could also just heal you. Because I do have another heal this encounter, and let me look around. So I think our wizard friend is probably still pretty hurt, but also still pretty far away.
Yeah, he's hiding behind a rock right now.
Yeah. I don't think the dogs are going to get over to the wizard in any time soon.
Yeah, no. And is something okay? One of the dogs is marked by Nazreem.
Yeah, by Gojira. I
Yeah.
will mark one of them.
Oh, I see. Well, sure. Nazreem, do you want my other heal?
Sure, if you hand them out.
Yeah, I don't mind. Okay, so Rune of Mending, and this is going to give a bonus to, I think, everybody, so I'm just going to have to check how exactly this works. I decided in my infinite wisdom to pick one of the most fiddly classes. Right. We are all... Okay, me and everyone else in the burst, which is close burst 5, are going to get +1 to defenses.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. I also got to push to talk, so that's cool. Anyway, yeah, so I'll do the... Everyone gets a +1 to defenses, I'll do the heal in just a sec. I'm guessing Can I, like, pass my turn and just do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can do that
Take
as you
that
go.
on my own time?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so Diviath, you're up. Behind the rock, but still alive.
Yep, look it up. Now he's just going to walk out to there, and he's going to survey the situation and be like, you know what, those brutes? Fuck those brutes. And he's going to cast Fireball.
Ooh.
And I cannot do a bloody square. Hold
Hey, how's
on.
it going?
He's just going to
Hey,
aim.
Dimitri.
He's just going to aim behind them to hit a wall.
Yeah, so it's just going to hit those three. Don't worry about a shape if we know that it's going to be all of them. You don't need to worry about drawing it. It's more, if there's a whole bunch of things everywhere, you want to make sure everyone's in there. Just target the three and then go.
Okie-doke.
Nice, 3 hits. Damn, that might do
Okay.
it.
Now I'm going to roll damage.
Alright. Yep. 2 of them are ruined. Fireball incinerates one of the dust dogs, and the brute goes up in flames as well. And the last dust dog is looking pretty horrendous and well bloodied.
Okay, let's finish him off as well. I have a background thing that lets me once per combat cast Magic Missile as a minor action, which is what I'm going to do.
Alright.
He's still alive. Oh well.
Not for much longer.
Not a lot longer at all. Okay, so the fireball and a little... the dust dog's still standing, however...
I mean, I'm blind.
Alright, Diviath, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Alright. Click at the button, and then Nazreen, you're up.
Alrighty. Dust Dog is designated with Warlock's cast. And why not? Let's designate it as my Divine Challenge as well. And then Hellish Rebuke.
Alright. Ooh, and a miss.
Well, I am blinded.
Yeah.
I'm. That would have. That's basically an 8. So that's the end of my turn. And oh wait, I take 5 damage at the beginning of my turn.
That should have... No, it already happened. So,
All right, sweet.
yeah, all that stuff's automatic.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna end my turn. Do I have to roll a save, or do I just hit the button?
You can roll a save for the damage ongoing.
All right, rolling a save.
Oh, you'll still be thunderous. But you're at least no longer
Perfect
grabbed.
failure.
Ah,
I just sort of fall over.
yeah. And the blinded should fall off, or will fall off when it gets around to that.
It won't fall off because I accidentally replaced it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll remove it. There you go. Okay, Gojira, your turn.
Please don't miss.
I want to try not to. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and use Steel Serpent Strike.
Stab, stab, stab.
So this dog's gonna live forever. Kill you all.
Oh, it's gonna kill
No.
me first.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's still
I'm gonna go ahead and spend my action point,
Okay.
and let's try to footwork lure this guy.
All right. Try and move him away at least. Nope.
Nope, not happening.
Don't
All
worry,
right,
if it gets round to my turn again, I'm just going to Magic Missile him. That doesn't miss.
Well, then I'm just gonna shift.
Can you move away from it?
Don't worry.
Here.
There's a chance that it attacks you because it has to attack at least someone, and it'll take an attack of opportunity, and then
No,
just
no.
sort of randomly explodes.
I'm just
I am
saying
not
that
going
if
to
you
mark
move,
it because he's already marked. I am not going to mark him.
Okay.
I'm just saying if you move away, I'll get combat advantage on that.
I mean, I would provoke an opportunity attack if I move too far away, but
Can't you shift
away.
one?
yeah, I can shift one back. Yeah, I'll do that. I don't really want to, but I'll do that.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, cool. Next.
All right, Karen, you're up.
So I'm just gonna charge it. Because fuck everything.
All right. Fantastic. You're all arrayed in front of it now.
It already used its breath weapon.
Yeah, but it got bloodied since then.
Recharge all bloody. Well, yeah, see, bad problems.
That's why I didn't want to move there.
I thought it was the other thing that had a big breath
I
weapon.
mean, you could have shifted the other direction.
This thing has a not as big breath weapon.
Yeah, it has a little breath whip. The other one had a big explosion.
That's what fucked me up.
All right, Karen.
Which button on the combat page is the attack roll?
It's the melee total.
Yeah, it should be the sword. Which is your character? The
Sword doesn't do anything.
the dice,
Karen?
the little dice icon on that line. Hey, it's a hit. Ah, damn it. You're gonna fucking wreck it.
Wait, why does he have a plus 19 to attacks with that weapon?
That is a very high plus.
Wait, what?
That's a plus
What?
19.
Why do I have that?
Why do you have so high? The weapon doesn't even
Huh?
have that in it. It's got a base attack bonus of 4.
Huh?
Look at your melee. What does the melee total say?
4. I'm looking at it. That's very odd.
Like there's a +3 from charging and combat advantage.
Oh yeah, that would do it. Oh no, yeah, your melee total is 12.
Plus 3 is plus 15.
That's right, 7 and 13 will hit anyway. It's only AC 20. Alright, so he goes down. Final dog's dead. The dust and rocks settle over this entire area once falls quiet. And then you hear the sounds of a rather talkative person who's very, very sure of himself, approaching the area of the caravan, somewhat behind the rest of you. One J.P. Didders, Esquire, turning up after the party's over.
Because of course he does.
Because of course he does.
I mean, he could die.
1 sec, I am gonna reconnect because for some reason my internet's real shit.
All good.
So he'll be even more fashionably late.
Um,
Be right back.
Well,
Oop.
are we considering this a short rest?
You can have a short rest if you like.
I would like to.
There you go. You take a short rest. all of your encounter powers are recovered, and you should be able to spend healing surges.
I didn't use any encounter powers.
If you
Okay.
did, then they'll be recovered.
I'm gonna look down the hole again.
Okay, and you had the light, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, so you look down, you can still see the water, like reflecting back. But now, as you look down and the light sort of comes over the top of the hole, you hear someone calling out, "Hello!"
Oh, for the love of, he's still alive.
Right.
Hello!
Who
Yes,
has a
we're
rope?
coming.
I have a rope.
All right. So you
I
move
almost died down there. You fellows can deal with it.
over. Now, I'm going to actually, hang on one second. I'm going to actually have to call it a little bit early tonight. I'd normally go for another like 40 minutes, but I need to take a break, and then by the time I get back, it'll only be half an hour left. So I'm going to call it there as you guys are getting ready to drop the rope down the hole and see who or what is down this hole and what survivor is there.
No.
I'm sorry, Dave. I know it's just as you turned up. We'll have a proper start time and a proper end time next week. But yeah, hope you guys had a good time. And if I don't hear from any of you, I assume you don't. But yeah, hopefully it was a good little foray into this.
Yeah, it was fun. A good start.